Coming up, could separation day for BTC workers be this week?
His latest murder, the details coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition.
And cleaning up a local organization plays care crew in a local community. The Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition starts now.
Now in HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This portion of the news brought to you by BTC Every Day.
BCPOU executives tonight are setting the record straight over pending job cuts at the Bahamas Telecommunications Company. Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis. In fact, Bahamas Communication and Public Officers Union members say BTC management has failed to communicate with them over the separation and are now asking them to stop using its members as pawns, close this ugly chapter, and lift the cloud of uncertainty from long-suffering employees.
His intention to do a ZNS-like operation and approach these people at the desk and say, come, you've been identified, and escort them with security.
Secretary General of the Bahamas Communications and Public Officers Union, Dino Rolls, spoke out about BTC management's intent to carry out its redundancy exercise, which he says, according to messages sent to members by BTC executives, could take place on July 15th. However, Rolls says the union has not received an official notice on separation and is still unclear as to who will be axed from the company.
This is the kind of nastiness that BTC's management has been playing over the past several weeks. We've asked them for information. You said you have the list of persons who are identified. It is only fair, it is only right for the union who represents the people at BTC, particularly the line staff, that we know who these people are who are about to be impacted.
But what disturbs Roll further is that he believes BTC's management is now trying to force the union to sign an industrial agreement, one he says the union does not agree with.
After 6 long months around the negotiations tabled with BTC's management, the Bahamas Communications and Public Officers Union finds itself being strong-armed, bullied and undermined by every level of BTC's management as they seek to force the union into signing on to unfavorable terms of an industrial agreement. The company has unilaterally taken a position to tie CWC's mandate to send home scores of Bahamians to our ongoing contract negotiations.
We called BTC CEO Leon Williams several times for a response. However, he did not answer any of our calls. We will follow this developing story. BCPOU President Bernard Evans was not at that press conference. However, our news team spoke with the union's president in Andros, where he says he plans to run for the union's top post again.
So I still have unfinished business. We're just about ready to finalize BTC's contract. Hopefully we do it this week. But definitely I will be putting my name back in the race again if the people would have me. I have a number of requests. I can't ignore it. I did make a promise to my former president, who's now deceased, that we were supposed to get killed in Bahamas, work with those suffering men and women and young people that killed Bahamas. So definitely I want to stick around for that to make good on that promise.
The country's murder count is up by 2 more tonight as officers investigate the circumstances surrounding these latest incidents. But as Esker Adderley tells us tonight, police are assuring the public these crimes will be resolved soon and safety for all residents remain a top priority.
Police tonight are hunting for those responsible for the country's latest murders. Officers found a man lying on the side of the road, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds in the East Street South area around 11:30 this morning. Though still very early into their investigations, head of the Central Detective Unit, Chief Superintendent Paul Roll, explains how it all unfolded.
He had pulled up at his mother's residence along with his fiancée when persons, we believe, in a bluish-green Honda Civic pulled behind him. The rear passenger exited armed with a handgun and began discharging shots in his direction, fatally injuring him.
The culprits reportedly sped off in a blue Honda Civic vehicle. While police couldn't identify the victim, family members identified the victim as 30-year-old Jason Major. And just hours before that, around 1:30 Sunday morning, officers were called to Carl Road, just off Claridge Road, to investigate a man's death who was found with multiple gunshot wounds. This after the victim and another man got into an altercation while at a restaurant. The man was pronounced dead at this scene. Also at the scene was Police Press Liaison Officer Assistant Commissioner of Police Stephen Dean, who wanted to assure the public that despite the 3 murders occurring over the weekend, officers are doing their best to keep the streets safe for all who live and work in the Bahamas. In fact, Dean says police have doubled their manpower.
We have mounted a number of operations. So the operation have been going for a couple of weeks now. This is consistent with our policing priorities for 2015. Additionally, we have arrested a number of persons. Just last night, we took persons off the street for firearm possessions, and we continue to follow some leads. And we're looking at some criminals elements, persons who are hell-bent on committing crimes. We continue to target them, despite them in and out of jail, prison. Particularly, these are some major concerns to us, persons who are in and out of the system, but we continue to pursue them.
With investigations into both of these matters ongoing, police are appealing to anyone with information to contact Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS, 911, 919, or your nearest police station in hopes of solving these crimes soon. C.S. Scatterly, ZNS Network News.
Police tonight are also asking for your help finding 19-year-old Brandon Antonio Sterling Cooper of Plantal Street. Cooper is wanted for questioning in connection with the Nassau Village homicide on Friday. Again, police are asking for your help in finding Cooper. Police did not release particulars, but if you have any information, contact police at Crime Stoppers or at 911 or 919.
A lot of us, including myself, will walk out of here without one of those gold statues. But the greatest award of all is being Bohemian, period.
Setting the bar by which excellence and achievement is measured in our community is the goal of the Bohemian Icon Awards. The 2015 edition was held last night in front of a packed ballroom at the Malian Nassau Beach Resort. And as Altavi's Munnings reports tonight, the show truly represented the best in the Bahamas.
My phone dead, so you'll take the selfie real quick.
Keeping true to his massive online fan base, Tomiko Sawyer, better known as Sawyer Boy TV, won the 2015 Icon Award for Entertainment. Willisy Tynes won the Fine Arts Icon Award for the Coral Reef Sculpture Garden. Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation's CEO, Gowan Bow, is the 2015 Commerce Icon Award winner. The icon for live entertainment went to the legend of Sammy Swain, represented by Philip Burrows. Eleuthera's Steve Cancino won the Entrepreneurship Award for Lutra Pure Drinking Water and Ice. Janelle Cambridge Johnson of the Anatole Rogers High School is the Education Icon for 2015. But the big award for Lifetime Achievement went to the godfather of Bohemian music, Ronnie Butler.
My dying wish would be that this aspect of our Bahamian culture, the bush music, the reconscript, I would like to know that it continues on for hundreds of years to come.
Doing what they call, I'm gonna rock, y'all sing for Ronnie. Hey, 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 hey. I'm gonna rock.
The Bohemian Icon Awards was birthed 3 years ago by Addis Hyler. The CITA Communications Group chief is grateful that thousands of Bahamians have embraced the true meaning of a Bahamian icon.
This moment is a collective voice of the Bahamian people saying, yes, we can do better. Yes, we must do better.
A lot of us, including myself, will walk out of here without one of those gold statues. But the greatest award of all is being Bohemian, period.
Altavi's Munnings, ZNS Network News.
Stay close. We've got more news right after this.